Thank you very much. What I'd like to say is the previous county manager, he didn't just go missing over here. He had a sexual harassment case against him. This is y'all's report. I hope every one of you have written, you've read it. There's some pretty damaging stuff here. Now, this for me is kind of bittersweet because I've been telling you guys for a year to get rid of the guy, and you didn't do it. You ignored everything. I spent hundreds of dollars and hours of time researching to come up with all these facts. Y'all just ignored everything. The bad part of it is there's a victim involved, a young girl. A victim involved to where you really owe her an apology. And you owe your chairman, Chairman Smith, an apology because he tried to do something about it. Every one of you guys wanted to put me down because I could see the handwriting on the wall, which was very unfair. Just because a guy is in the military doesn't mean he's always truthful. So you need to start listening to people and doing your homework, doing your job. This is what you were elected to do. You need to do it. Okay. Y'all had Rick Jeffries. He's serving on the water board. I had a meeting with council along with 4 other gentlemen down at the state capitol. The council, the attorney down there, he came down and met with us. He said it was a conflict of interest. Pardon me? I went down to Mr. Yates's office, okay, and he pulled the guy down. I'll tell you what, I'll get it to you this afternoon.
Okay.
I do have it in my office. I don't think I have it here.
But it was Representative Yates that you met with?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Me and 4 other gentlemen. But anyway, we met with him. And then y'all came up with these letters. Y'all said they existed, but they're all dated April the 24th, 2015. Now, this might be a revised copy of the letters. The attorney, he read parts of the letters in the meeting. All right, but he didn't read all of them. This is just like a kid asking you to go ride his bicycle, and you say okay, but he left out the part that he's going to be riding it down Interstate 75. That's the way I look at it. He took out what he needed, but he didn't read it all. And I'd like for him, before the meeting's over, to read both these letters, because I've got where he highlighted, then I've got where the question that was asked was, can a sitting senator serve on the water board? Is it against the law? No, it's not against the law. But the ethics on it is when you've got a company, J&T, and you're a senior engineer for Mr. Turnipseed Engineering, and which Mr. Turnipseed goes for financing for people, and Rick Jeffries sitting on as a senator, it doesn't all gel really well. Now, even beyond that, you got, each one of you have these. Now, it's not always a conflict of interest, but the appearance, and it's very important, the appearance of a conflict of interest. This right here, I went online and looked at, and this is Mr. Jeffries again. Symphony, I'm sure you know about it. Symphony at Eagles Landing. Now, right in the last page of this that I pull offline is this right here. With Rick Jeffries, it looks like he's endorsing this project as a state senator. If you read it, you know, it's right up above the funding. His picture, he's the owner. They said he's a partner. Now, there's just too many coincidences. And what I've learned in politics is just about no coincidence in things. And I'm asking you, do the honorable thing and take him off the water authority. Now, when me and you had conversation about you putting your letterhead on your emails from the county, and as soon as I brought it to your attention, you took it off. Okay, that was the honorable thing to do. I give you credit for that, sir.
I got a question.
He, it's not over. He went into dialect.
I stopped the clock.
So, but I'm just saying, I'm about finished. He responded to me. The clock went off.
Yeah. Okay.
I know you're new at this, but.
Ms. Toney, can I ask you a question? Do you
Sure.
have any proof where Rick Jeffries has made any money off the county?
Sure I do.
Made any
I mean,
money financially?
it's right here. Would you like to see it?
Yes, I would. I want to see where he's financially. Huh?
Cities and the state, that's his financial.
Now, what I'm saying is his private business, has he made any money off the county by serving on the Water Authority Board?
His influence? I don't know.
Financially, has he made any money?
There's your financial. Read it. You
Okay.
read this up here. Read
Well, you ain't gave me nothing.
it.
When'd you just give it to me? Good Lord. I can't no fast reader.
If you could put it on the overhead for us too. It's from Representative John Yates. And then put it on the overhead if you don't mind too.
That's not what I said.
You said you had a meeting with Representative John Yates.
If you want the other four gentlemen to come here, I'm willing to get them
Let's
up.
put it on overhead and then I'll read it out to the public. Put it on the side where we can read it. And if you could pivot it 90 degrees to the right.
That's the best I can do there.
While that's getting set up, I'll read this. This is dated May 11th, because we've been accused by Mr. Toney that we're not doing our research and due diligence. So that's the reason all these letters are dated, is because you asked for clarification. We wanted to give you acting clarification. So I'm going to go through these piece by piece so we can hopefully put this to bed for good. On May 11th of 2015, a letter dated titled to Mr. Bill Toney from Representative John Yates, who's a state representative for District 73. He said, "Dear Mr. Toney, my friend Senator Rick Jeffries tells me that you have made a statement about my relationship with the senator that I find incorrect. The statement is that if Senator Jeffries accepts a position on the Henry County Water Authority while remaining a Georgia state senator, that this would be a conflict of interest. I do not recall ever meeting you or talking to you, and certainly would not have made such a statement, as I've never thought that way. In fact, I admire him for wanting to take on this responsibility. Sincerely yours, John Yates, State Representative, District 73." Also, I want to go through, I've got the letter. No, don't interrupt me, Mr. Toney. I didn't interrupt you, so if you want to stay up there and have a dialogue with us, you have to let us continue this process. So, we had Sam Owens, who's the Attorney General, drafted a letter, and he states all kind of case law and other things, but I'm just going to read one paragraph, and then we have this is open for public records. You're welcome to come to the county attorney and request this as well. And this is a letter to Senator Jeffries from Sam Owens, the Attorney General for the state of Georgia. And he says, "As you previously discussed with former Solicitor General Nels Peterson in 2011, that's addressing your concern that you said, has this ever been asked? Well, in 2011, there was a letter issued back then, but we wanted to give you updated information because people have changed, positions have changed. I didn't want you saying, well, we don't have a latest opinion on this. There does not appear to be any per se conflict between your services as a state senator and your service as a water authority commissioner. This office has previously opined that a member of the General Assembly could serve as a member of the local authority without creating a constitutional, statutory, or common law conflict of interest. 1997, Attorney General U97-11. A copy of that opinion is included for your information, and the legislative legal explanation therein appears to equally applicable to this issue of your service on the local authority while also serving as a member of the legislature. So that's from the Attorney General. Then the group that you said you've met with, I've got a letter from the Legislative Services Committee dated April 25th, 2015. You too reference this. If you go and you read it, it also states all kind of case law. But then it has, right before the closing paragraph, it says, since the duties of state senator and the duties of a member of the Henry County Water Authority do not appear to conflict, there does not appear to be a common law conflict of interest in holding both positions simultaneously. And then Senator Jeffries even went a step further. He went to a local attorney out of Griffin. He went to Andrew Whalen, who wrote a nice letter dated May 12th of 2015. It says, Dear Rick, I appreciate you conferring with me about the unfounded allegations cast against you by a Henry County citizen, alleging a conflict exists between your services as state senator, a member of the Henry County Water Authority, and the co-owner of J&T Environmental Services, a company that manages small water systems. I've reviewed the opinion dated April 1st, 2015 by the Honorable Sam Owens, Attorney General of Georgia, and the opinion dated April 24th, 2015 from Deputy Legislative Counsel Jeff Lanier. I find both opinions to be correct analysis of conflict of interest law in Georgia. I have personally known you for many years and have been familiar with your services of J&T provides to water systems in central Georgia. In examining your work through J&T, I do not find that you or the company you have performed any services for Henry County Water Authority. There is no conflict arising from you providing materials or services to water systems other than the authority, which is a legal entity in its own right. Combined with your former service as a Henry County Commissioner, you are known to be a reputable public servant who has given freely in the best interest of the county and your senatorial district. If this gentleman continues to appear before the County Commission to make false allegations that cast dispersions on your good character, we need to seriously consider filing a defamation lawsuit. Please keep me advised as to his future actions. And then this is the other thing that I've been thinking about this because I'm in District 2. You've ran, everybody is very aware, Mr. Toney, you've run for District 3 to be a commissioner twice. But I'm in District 2. I'm not even in your district. Why would you have an interest in who I've appointed to a District 2 water authority? And then it started hitting me. And I've realized you're kind of on shaky ethical ground because you've let it be known to friends and family that you've considered running as state senator against Senator Jeffries. You have let that be known publicly that you have an interest in potentially running against Senator Jeffries. You've also, it's been publicly made available that your brother is running against me if I choose to run for re-election in District 2. Both of those actions put you on shaky ethical ground as what your motivation is even to come up here and talk about who I appoint to District 2 for the Water Authority.
Can I ask you a question right now? You keep rambling on. This says this letter's to me.
Right.
How did you get it?
We have a copy. You see, he's got a copy down there.
I never got this letter.
Well, that's why I just delivered the letter to you. You weren't at the last meeting.
I didn't get a letter. How do I know that this is even Mr. Yates? I met with Mr. Yates.
It's on the
Are
letterhead.
you telling me that I'm lying right now? That me and 4 other gentlemen
I'm not telling you anything,
with
Mr.
this
Toney.
man?
Representative Yates is telling you that something is astray here. I'm not asserting anything. I don't have to.
He never sent me this letter. I would have 4 witnesses sitting here right now. You want me to, next meeting, you want me to have 4 witnesses saying that they were down here at this office with me? And I'll have a letter from the secretary. I just called the secretary, asked her if I was down there. She gave me the name of the attorney that was down there. I mean, if you want to bring it all out next meeting, you give me no warning on this. I try to give y'all warning on everything that I'm coming with. Now, you're being unfair showing this right here. I mean, I don't know anything about this.
How many meetings have you come before us to talk about Senator Rick Jeffries? This has got to be the 4th meeting that you brought this up.
Right.
It's been made public that there have not been any conflicts of interest that have been published in the press. So for you to continue to come forward, it just shows that there's an agenda here.
Let me tell you. When I ran for District 3, I made promises that I would help try to